the lovely, the talented, the sexy, my love, Mr. James Schwartz.
Everybody, it is me, the love of Harlan's life.
But the real one, Ms. Jo Fallick.
I would be offended, but I know you too well.
Ms. Liz Wilcox.
Hello?
And, of course, the ever-handsome Mr. Mike. And we are here for the hopefully exciting and hopefully conclusion of Call of Cthulhu, The Devil's Grin. Cough, cough.
Sorry.
That's right. The real fear is the COVID cough. No, welcome, ladies and gentlemen. It's, of course, Wednesday night at 8 o'clock, and I'm here with my friends to continue on this adventure that we started a few weeks ago. Thank you for being here. Hope you're having a wonderful day, evening, night, week, and we're so excited to continue off where we left. How are y'all doing tonight, friends? That's you guys.
Freaking great. I'm doing good. Yeah, I have boozy coffee. I am in my third outfit of the Billy Timeness. So I'm rocking.
So slowly you're like taking off pieces.
Well, he took off his shoes last episode, so it's canonical.
Yeah.
So he's in mode 2.
He's drifting so hard that all of his clothes are coming off. Slowly.
He's in the second phase.
Ripping the threads off of my body.
He's in the second phase of Billy Time.
As should be.
Where it's like he's
Just
taking
wait
off.
until I go Billy Time 3 and my hair gets super long.
Oh my god, that'd be so cool. And you have like makeup on, your like skin is older, and then Billy comes from the future, and you're like, "Past Billy, we need to save future Billy." And then that's just a whole sequel. But we save it for the game.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Billy
We
and
gotta
Billy.
save Billy Time the game.
You're gonna
don't
need
know
an
why, I just
assistant,
imagined.
like off camera, to keep putting wigs on
Yeah,
you.
Julius Caesar. Oh, you mean in real life? Yeah, the dog.
Both.
Nova. Or who knows? You can hire an assistant by the amount of money we're gonna make from the merchandising alone of Billy. It's gonna be amazing.
Speaking of which,
Yeah.
that was a good segue.
Who?
Yeah.
You said
That was a
merchandising.
beautiful segue.
You said
Yeah.
merchandising.
Oh,
That's
did
how
I?
it works,
Didn't
right?
even realize.
Yeah, that was totally planned, right?
I mean, speaking of merchandise, we have our merchandise store open. We currently have special offers. Not special offers. We're offering merchandise for Dice Shame and Old Invictus. And throughout the coming week, we're going to be updating with new styles, new types, all of these amazing things. To find us, you can go to our website, diceshamepodcast.com, click on merch, or go teespring.com/ probably a whole bunch of numbers and letters.
No,
and
it's just dice-shame-store.
Go to diceshamepodcast.com instead.
You
It's
know
probably
you
easier.
want
And
it.
buy some cool shit. And then when you're done with us, head over to our best friends, the Dimension Door Podcast, and their Teespring. Do you guys have a cool hyphen thing too?
We do, but I can't remember it off the top of my head. So you guys should just go to the oh my god.
Go to
Okay.
dimensiondoorpodcast.com and follow our merch link.
Yep, there we go. Thank you.
That's what we got too. Is it doing that thing for you, James, where it constantly turns you up because it thinks you're quiet?
Yeah, James.
Yeah.
It's like a tidal
that-
wave of audio.
It's the worst. So back,
It's the thing that has never happened on this computer and is now happening.
yeah, I had that before too, and it was back in the early days of Invictus. And what would happen is the computer is an idiot, except it thinks it's smart, and it turns you up as you're getting quieter. So my audio just constantly, gradually got louder every time.
Yeah.
And I'd love to tell you that it was an easy fix, and it wasn't. It was terrible, and it was the worst.
Nope. I don't know if there is a fix, and now I feel really bad that I chose this as my... Stop creeping up! As my microphone for the evening.
Are
No,
you
you're
running
great.
Chrome?
You're good.
No, I'm not. That's the
I love-
thing. I'm not
I love
running
that you
Chrome.
yelled. You yelled and it got quieter.
It's 'cause I was yelling as I was dragging the gain slider back
Yes.
down.
Maybe the answer
Just
is Billy
sound like
just
you're
needs to
getting
yell from here on out
farther
to
away.
to combat that creeping sound
right.
increase, volume increase. Who knows? My problem was 4 years ago, so I don't remember.
Just
it.
every scene with Billy in it, just picture Billy getting
screaming.
closer and closer to the person that he's talking to.
Yeah, it'll be tough to give those like meaningful monologues where you're trying to build up and like
Whisper
I
scream.
just think there's trying and you're constantly increasing your volume.
Yeah.
But yeah, Dimension Door Podcast merch, Dice Shame merch, Tales of Asperran. I don't know if do you have merch?
Not yet, but I'm pretty sure it's creeping right on the horizon. We're like about to drop a about the cast page, and it has these cool little cards for
Oh,
each
man.
character. So that's probably
Yeah.
going to be a thing.
It's
for me.
such a
Yeah.
beautiful cage. Like,
Yeah.
that page is sexy.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, Mike's been teasing it to me. He's been giving me little updates and like, hey, check out our website. And I'm like, oh my god, I love it.
Cute.
Nice.
Yeah, I saw you tweet that today. It's very exciting. So yeah, check out all of the podcasts and check out all of the merch and the merch to come and the listens that are currently here. And you guys just dropped a new episode today, didn't you, Dimension Door?
Yes,
We
did.
sure did.
You did your live
Episode
listen?
27.
27. And
Woo.
Yep, we're gonna do a live listen next Tuesday for it because we would never want to live listen during the middle of awesome Invictus stuff. That would be stupid.
you could have canceled. I was gonna say I thought it was tonight, and then I saw it and I
No.
assumed it was either before or after, but I didn't realize it was the same time.
No, we looked at it and we're like, man, our time zone is too early. We have too many people who listen
Oh,
to us
shit.
who are on the East
Yep.
Coast.
Mm.
Sorry.
So we're doing a recap live listen every Tuesday evening at 6 o'clock Mountain Standard / just Arizona time. The Tuesday evenings, when it's 6 o'clock in Arizona, you jump on our Discord. We live listen chat to the last week's last episode so that you're all fresh for the episode that'll come out the next day.
Cool. Sorry about that, guys. Also, don't you wish that... I mean, I get why time zones are like that, but God, I am never a bigger idiot than when I'm trying to figure out time zones. I'm like, okay, so it's at this Pacific Standard Time. Always have to go to a converter, and even when it's spelled out for me, I still get really confused. So there's...
Figured out, and then I moved to Arizona.
Yeah.
And we don't do daylight savings.
That's
so.
right.
Oh no, that's even
It's-
worse.
No, it's
No, I mean,
amazing.
It's better, but
Everyone
like
else
everyone
needs
else
to get on
changes.
our level is what needs to happen.
I mean, I'm down. I would love to have that. The trade will be you guys get on our units of measurement.
Hey.
Let's
Yes.
balance.
I'm
I'll
okay
take
with that.
If
Well,
we
yeah,
could shake hands in the
absolutely.
middle of that, I would very much
Yeah, let's make
appreciate
sure. So we done. We did it. Dimension Door, Mike, and I was gonna drink it. And Mike. And
everybody.
Invictus / Dice Shame / whatever the fuck we are. Blah, blah, blah. Solved world peace. The end. Thank you very much.
We've solved world peace. You're welcome.
did it.
Oh, we
Solved world peace.
And
we did
world satiation.
world satiation. That's the way to do it. Is there any other... Oh, well, we have a new episode coming out tonight at 1 a.m. So 4 hours from now.
58.
Episode 58. So check that out. It's a good one. It's called The Forest for the Trees. And a lot of hurt feelings get resolved.
I got
That's
hurt
good.
feelings.
Malevolent, new part of Malevolent comes out on Thursday.
Yes.
But the big chunks. The big chunk of Malevolent I'm going to do.
Ew.
Well, chunky Malevolent. And Mike, when's the next Tales of Asperran?
We usually release every Friday. This week's an off week though because my teeth have been evil.
Yeah.
Thankfully tonight's a good night, but we're picking up. Yeah, that gift scared the hell out of me. The wiggly teeth. But our next episode drop is going to be next Friday. We're picking right up with our pirate show, and then
Cool.
like alternating every week.
Nice. Excellent. Speaking of pirates, Call of Cthulhu Part 3 is tonight. And I don't know if you know, but there's strong pirate subtle undertones. What I've done is I've actually taken the film Goonies about pirate treasure, and I've reskinned it as tonight's adventure. I don't think you guys have picked up on the subtle nods
Are you
to...
lying?
Yeah, of course I'm lying. I don't remember the plot of
I was
Goonies.
gonna say some big.
Don't
brain
you
plays
remember when
going on.
Goonies starts off at an art gallery? Where did we start? Is that where we started? No. And besides, I'm not so blatant. If I was going to rip it off, I would just rip it off. I'd call it Goonies the RPG, and you just play Goonies. Speaking of, next week, Goonies the RPG, starring this cast of characters, including Billy. Who knows? Maybe we will. But that's it. I think, any other big announcements before we get into the game? Anyone else want to say anything? Declare love?
Elizabeth, I love you.
Oh, I'm shocked. Shocked, I say.
Wait, I have a better one.
Oh, that's good.
That is good.
And Joe, I love you. What? Who played that sound effect? What the hell?
That was you. I heard your mouse click.
Yeah. So we get into this? All right, we got nothing else to do.
Let's fucking do it.
Play the game. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, Call of Cthulhu, The Devil's Grin, Part 3. You stand in the office of the Everett Mansion. Rain taps upon the window just beyond this room. You stand beneath the body, a corpse that has been hanging there for perhaps 50 plus years. You each share a nervous look as you, holding the leather-bound diary in your hand, loosely place it back upon the table where you found it, and begin to hear something beneath the floor, a skittering that climbs up your spine and sends icy fingers down the back of your neck. Gertie, you look towards your friend, Billy. He nervously dots the sweat from his forehead. He's had quite a few bouts of, let's say, sanity or insanity during this whole ordeal. Billy, you see Gertie sort of eyeing you up and down, and you sort of get the sense that she is maybe assessing how well you're holding together. Gertie, why don't you give me a psychology roll?
Ooh, I would love to.
And Billy, I want you to give me a sanity roll.
Hell yeah.
Starting it off strong.
Yeah, I failed the crap out of that psychology roll.
And Billy, how do you do with your sanity?
Fucking great. I got a 16.
Nice. So, Billy, you get the sense that Gertie is like really assessing the way you've just reacted to the events that have just befallen you, and but you managed to keep your absolute composure in this moment. And Gertie, the moment of fleeting of doubt passes. Billy, what do you say?
I'm good. You good? You okay, Gertie?
I mean, I was thinking, perhaps, that I would just dump all of my turpentine on that weird tentacle thing, which I'm not looking at right now. But then you said something about portals, and I feel like perhaps we should deal with that. Herb, are you okay over there, too?
You can see that Herb has clearly stepped away because he was the one that kind of walked in there. He has stepped out and he's just like keeping his face away from it, and he's kind of looking down at the floor of his shoes. Yeah, that's I don't. He's at a loss for words.
Yeah, and as you sort of look down at your shoes, your mind wanders to that sound, that skittering sound. Why don't you give me a listen roll, Herb?
Uh-oh.
It sounds like your dead grandparents coming back.
Was this an 11?
Yeah, that's a great
Yeah,
roll.
that's a pass. That's
Wow.
a good pass, actually.
Yeah.
It's like my listen 35, top number 17, so...
After your time in the library, your mind has really begun to crackle with sort of seeing things shifting in the darker shadows, the corners of the room, and things like that. But in a moment of clarity, you look down beneath your feet at this wooden flooring, and you feel certain that you're not imagining this sound. You do, in fact, hear a skittering. It sounds like a writhing mass moving below the floorboards. How big, how numerous its feet or tentacles end up being, you don't know. But in that moment, you are sure of what you experience.
There's does anybody else hear that? I think there's something. I'd start to like walk. I keep taking back steps away up beneath the floor, I think.
I mean, downstairs? Miss
No.
Staines, do you hear anything? You know my hearing.
Lillian's hand is quivering. She just finished reading this confession, and what she learned therein shocked her. She looks back and forth between Gertie and Herb and Billy. I don't hear anything. What do we do now? Should we go to the basement, or I don't think we should stay here. This room is too small.
Maybe I am still tempted by the basement. We might need to go there eventually, but did that? Do you think we have to go to the We need instructions for portal closing, right? Everyone, instructions to close a portal.
Yeah, Gertie, you obviously remember the most about what you're all just uncovered, guys. It was moments ago, but Gertie, why don't you reiterate exactly what you feel like you learned, either in or out of character?
That you just read, and it was quite dreadful, dear. So I understand if you don't recall, but that secret society that opened that portal has a book with instructions on how to close the portal in the library. And then so we get the book, we figure out the instructions, and then we go down to where the portal opens, and we get everything all closed up. We pretend we were never here with all the bodies and things.
Right, yes. Of course, it sounds so simple.
Yeah, well, straightforward perhaps. Simple,
It's a door. Just gotta find the lock.
Yes,
Slam it back shut.
And the key to lock it, of course.
I'm sorry. Did we slip in the metaphor here?
Yes, in a manner. Yes.
All right, because I didn't think there was an actual door.
There could be. Maybe there is.
I mean, is a portal to an evil, foresty, tentacle world a door?
Nah, it's a portal.
What is a
okay,
door?
well, that answered that question.
The door, defined by Billy.
It ain't a portal. This has been definitions with Billy.
And you all are going to be eating crow when you go down there, and the portal is actually just through a framed
Beautiful
door.
oak.
And then you're both looking at each other, and you're like, and then it freeze frames, and it's a sitcom intro.
Everyone jumps
One
and high
thinks
fives.
she knows better, the other doesn't. It's Billy and Gertie. They both died.
no.
So
no.
you all share sort of.
Our roommate is the weird tentacle monster. Kicks down the door every once in a while and eats
Tentacle
all our
monster,
bagels.
it's just the weird tentacle.
It's just the one
Like, on its
tentacle.
own, yeah.
Tentacle, do you want dinner? It's just like sitting in a fucking high back chair, and
It's
you
just-
laugh track. Tentacle. You all share a nervous look. You all sort of remember what you're doing. And Gertie, do you sort of lead the way towards where you think the next stage of this needs to be?
Gertie is more of a power through the concern until the concern doesn't matter. It's like stage fright. You just ignore it till it's not real. And so she's going to just lead the way to the library and say, whatever you heard down there, Herb, we'll be fine. Let's just find that black tome. Does anyone recall where the black tome is other than in the library?
Herb, you were there earlier. Did you see a black tome of any kind?
Smash cut to her being in the library with like thousands of books around him in the dark.
I mean, I
Well-
couldn't see that they were all black, technically.
Well, just because the lights are off doesn't mean everything becomes black, Herb.
I couldn't see.
We're live. Welcome back to the INVICTUS stream. My name, as always, is Mr. Harlan Guthrie, and I am here once again with the lovely Joe Fallick, the
Hi.
lovely James Swartz, the lovely Mike, and the lovely Elizabeth Wilcox. Sorry, I'm trying to do three things at once. I forgot to cue up the sound effects again. And we are here with Call of Cthulhu, Part 3 of the Devil's Grin. There we go. Oh, muted them. And we are here with Call of Cthulhu, Part 3 of the Devil's Grin. Internet is having issues tonight, so we're going to see how far we get into this. But without further ado, let us get into the game. Is everyone ready?
Let's do it.
Let's go!
Let's.
Let's do it! You stand in a secret room, hidden behind a bookcase in the office of the Everett Manor. The rain taps like spiny fingers on the glass in the other room. As you hear a crack of thunder from beyond, you are once again reminded of a skittering sound that seems to come from beneath the floorboards. Herb, you look down between your feet at the floorboards, and you feel the strongest sensation of something moving beneath them. You all stand, looking at each other, holding loosely in your hand a diary, one that reveals where your next clue may lie. Gertie, take it.
Well, I think it's quite clear exactly what we have to do. We go to the library. We go to the section mentioned in that diary. We find the black tome. We read the black tome. We take it to the secret entrance to the cellar. We do whatever, supernatural ritual thing is in the tome. And then close the portal, save the day, leave, pretend this never happened.
Thank you guys for coming tonight. See you next week. Good job.
You make it sound so easy, Gertie.
Half of the project is in the planning, so I think we're a solid start. Herb, why are you looking at the floor like that?
We need to get out of this room immediately. I'm getting the same kind of spooky. I hear something under the floor, and the last time I heard something, I almost lost my mind in the library. And based on that journal, so we need to get out of this room.
Oh, okay, okay.
All right. I mean, the floors can be a little tricky in this house. I did learn downstairs, but lead the way to the library, dear Billy, if you'd be so kind.
Yeah, of course, Gertie. Let's go.
Yeah, and you move out from the secret office back towards the hallway on the second floor. And as you do, Billy, as you're taking the lead, you exit the secret room and sort of turn towards the hallway just to see the tail end of something moving across the floor in the hallway.
Yeah.
It sort of just exits. You can barely see it.
No. Fuck.
What?
There's something on the floors. It's all slithering and it's being sneaky. Let's hustle.
I will hustle as much as these old bones can, but you sure it's not a rat? I really hope it's a rat.
I hope it's a rat too, but I ain't sure about nothing now that I've seen a giant tentacle.
Oh, yeah, I didn't look at that on purpose, so that's good. Okay, maybe we should hold hands with each other. For comfort.
Herb grabs your hand immediately.
Too tight. Yeah, and you
right.
all walk sort of weirdly holding hands out towards the hallway. Again, you hear the rumble of thunder outside this house. Again, the dim light from your various lighting implements, the candle, the lamp, the lantern that you're holding, cast stark shadows as you move about this office. Different wall adornments, deer heads that have long since been covered in dust, have the impression upon the ceiling of sharp, jagged thorns. And they move as you do, as the shadows sort of crawl above you and you exit out into the hallway, the light pouring out as well. Almost blinding. It's difficult when so much before you is illuminated, and yet you sort of have to shield the light from your own eyes to allow them to adjust. And as the four of you sort of move as one out into the hallway, nervously looking back and forth, Billy, you do see in the direction that you saw the object move, towards the entrance of the second story of the library, you see a fat rat just sitting back on its hinds. It stares at you, its cold, lifeless eyes unmoving. It doesn't preen itself or react at all, it just sort of stares at you. You see the reflection of your lamp in its cold eyes.
I was going to be really excited that it was a rat, but this is not the kind of rat that I wanted to see. Guys, that rat's fucking weird, right? It's not just me. It's a fucking weird rat.
That's a fucking weird rat.
It's a really fucking weird rat. Guys, it's sitting like a person. It's not licking, it's looking at us. It has some semblance of an idea what humans are. It wants to be one. Look at it.
You're not afraid of a rat, are you, Billy?
Can I do a spot hidden check to see if there's anything weird? I'm imagining like whatever this eldritch monster is. This is like the end of the tentacle propped up, luring us in.
Do it. Let's see.
It's really
Give me a
smart.
spot hidden.
If I were a DM, that's what I would do.
It's like an angler fish, but
I
Yeah.
was a
Yeah.
young DM.
Gertie kind of
What-
wants to do a natural world check too at the same time.
Sure.
That is like a on the dot success.
Is it?
Hey.
Yeah.
Okay. And Gertie, what's your natural world? If these things are of the natural world.
Let's see. Ooh, my natural world check is a success by 4. So,
Nice.
aha.
So yeah, you immediately sense that this rat, while of the natural world, seems off. Something about it seems just it's unmoving. It doesn't seem affected by your presence. And yet it is still very clearly a rat. You don't spot any tentacle leading off of it. But with your spot hidden, Mike, you, for whatever reason, get the biting sense to look down the other way, the other end of the hallway. Everyone sort of has their gaze fixed on this rat sitting plump and present in the passageway to the library, and you turn back towards the darkness. For a second, you allow your eyes to adjust, the majority of the lights pointing down the other way, you almost feeling on the outskirts from everybody, isolated and yet holding their hands. And as you stare into the darkness, you see the tiny reflecting glint of light in about a dozen sets of eyes, just on the edge of the darkness. All small, all along the ground as well.
But more rats behind us. I think the first one is some kind of distraction, maybe.
And you're right, Billy. These are not that. I mean, that's not a normal rat. It's
let's
a rat, but
let's go into the library.
Yeah.
yeah, just maybe we just kick that rat that's in the way and shut the door behind us. Go on,
I go-
Billy.
I
Kick
go-
the rat.
I was gonna say I would
Oh
run.
wait, no,
try
you're
and-
barefoot, Billy. Please don't kick the rat. Let Herb do it.
Can I kick the rat?
Absolutely. So you sort of try to move between, and give me a dexterity roll.
Ooh. What is my score for that? 80. Whoa. Hey. That's a
Good rat kick.
good rat kick, I guess. My second number or my middle number is 40, so
So it's a hard success?
hard success. Yes, is that the right word?
Perfect. So for some reason, the rolls aren't showing up. I don't know why.
Oh, you have to reload the
Weird.
Invictus.
It was a 32. Sorry.
Okay, so I rolled as well, obviously, because it's a rat, and it got an extreme success. So here's what happens. You, Herb, you sort of shuffle between. Again, the silence of the rain patting on the glass and sort of the creak of the floorboards beneath your steps just sets the whole scene apart. It's not a exciting, violent commotion. It's a very quiet approach as you sort of take a few steps towards the rat and just go to kick it. And as you do, the rat very deftly just dives out of the way and immediately enters a hole in the bottom of the wall. And no sooner does the rat disappear from your sight do you hear all of the rats down the hall skittering towards you all. Who has the highest dexterity?
We've made a very bad mistake.
So, everyone
sorry.
give me their dexterity.
65.
65,
80.
80.
50. I'm old.
And Billy has 60.
Perfect. So, Herb, with an 80 of dexterity in initiative, you go first. So you hear the movement of these rats down the hall, and they seem very aggressive. You turn around to see all of them moving towards your friends. What do you do?
So I guess I would be at the furthest from the rats.
Yeah, you're
at
the
this
furthest. So basically it's you, behind you is the library door, your friends, and then this pack of rats.
Could I? Last time we came out of the library door up top, right?
Correct. You're on the second floor. Yeah.
And it was open. It wasn't locked when we last left it.
Yeah.
Herb is just gonna reach to whoever's closest to him. I guess would that be Gertie or Billy?
Be a few steps. So you'd have to do your movement, which is fine. You take a few steps forward. Yeah, you can grab whoever you want at this point.
Yeah, I was basically gonna try and like grab them and shove them past me. Be like, go, 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 go.
Sure, but who do you pick?
I'm imagining the hallway being like really thin.
Yeah.
But maybe it's not as wide. Whoever.
No, it is. You can only pick one. Who do you do?
Gertie.
Your choice. You grab Gertie. Okay. Yeah. Gertie,
She's the
you feel
slowest.
his hands
No
on
offense,
you.
Gertie.
What do you do, Gertie? Do you just like let him?
I'm old and frail, and I want to get into the library anyway, so I definitely let Herb help me. Here we go.
Perfect. You just like lean. You're like, okay.
It's like a dance move. Let's go. And I twirl my way in.
Perfect. Yeah, the rats. You do that. I'm gonna say you take Gertie. You move her into the room, and that's basically your turn with your movement and your action. And as you do, Billy and Lily, you are surrounded and swarmed by rats. And both of you give me a dexterity roll.
I'm so sorry. Could be worse. You're right. It could be worse.
Ooh.
Not bad.
That is an extreme success.
Nice.
And mine is a hard success.
Nice. Let's see how these little ratty boys do. No, not very good at all. So yeah, the rats immediately swarm you, and you can feel them nipping around your feet, Lily and Billy. You kind of, especially Billy, actually, you're barefoot.
Yeah.
Canonically.
Punish me for my bare feet.
No, but I forgot. If they are...
Now I think he enjoys it.
I think he does.
Yeah, you do, and you feel all these rats just sort of nipping, and you're not losing any health per se, but these rats are absolutely violent, and you can feel them sort of eating little pieces of your flesh and picking at your tights and things like that. Lily, you're next.
Yeah, I think I let out a blood-curdling scream. Is that a free action?
That is a free action.
Okay.
It's your bonus action.
Can I get a sense of how far away I am from the door of the library?
Yeah, I mean, you're definitely
Am I
within
right
your
there?
movement. You know, you're like 5, 6, 7 feet away.
What kind of... So I moved to the door
Yep.
where Gertie and Herb are kind of dancing.
Perfect.
And is there any furniture in the top floor of this library?
No. I mean, yes, but maybe like 30 feet down along sort of this rounded area, you can see sort of a high back sitting chair and a table, but
Okay.
nothing like a ashtray.
I want to get in to the doorway,
Yeah.
kind of clear the door to make room for anyone else who wants to come through.
Yeah.
And I lift a foot and I just get ready to stomp.
Stomp a rat.
Yeah,
Perfect.
I have a stiletto,
Yeah.
stiletto. I mean, canonically, I've got high heeled shoes on, so I'm
That's like
just,
a sniper.
Just
You're good.
ready to stomp a rat next one I
Billy,
see.
you see Lily move from this swarm of rats that are now sort of clawing up your legs. What do you do?
Oh shit. I'm fuck, man. This is hard. I'm gonna run into the room.
Yes,
Yeah.
do it.
I do it.
Yeah,
Dice willing.
they're rats. They're not, it's not like you have to fight against them. You're just
Okay.
carrying rats with you as you're like running. Like they're not, violent necessarily. I mean, they're violent. They're not difficult, but they're kind of everywhere. And as you move, Billy, because they're sort of attached to you, you're like bringing a few rats with you as you're going. And the swarm is sort of, pieces, the ones that are on you especially are still falling. There's maybe four or five rats just clung to your pant legs as you move towards the room. But yeah, you are in the
Erlen, are
room.
you trying to get Billy naked?
I mean,
As Billy
Is the
comes into the
solution
room,
to this problem taking off all of my clothes?
as Billy comes into the room, can I just aim a kick at one of the rats that's like clinging to one of his
sure,
pant
we'll call
legs?
it your ready to action. Go for it.
Excellent.
Yeah.
This is
Just snipe it with the heel.
Call of Cthulhu /
Roll to kill it.
Okay, I do a bad job, so maybe I just kick Billy in the shins.
What did you roll?
67.
Yeah. So now you like stomp, but nothing happens. You just totally miss it.
Yeah.
Herb, mind you, you're holding Gertie. Oh, sorry, I guess Gertie actually has a move. So Gertie, you're now sort of in the room, in the top of the library, with everyone else. You see Billy enter. He's got rats all over his legs. You see Lily sort of try to smash one, and she misses. What do you do?
I would like to do... I kind of want to check it's safe in the room. Like, glance around myself quickly. Is there something in the library that should scare me more than the rats outside
Just the
of
thousands
the
of rats everywhere. No.
Right,
No, it
right.
seems pretty safe. I mean, it's dark in here. You can only really get an idea of what's in this room through the flashes of lightning that seem to illuminate it every once in a while. But no, you don't see anything. There's no worse things that you can see.
All right, Gertie's going to ready herself at the library door and say, "Everyone clear the door. I'll close it in those little rat faces, and then we can just deal with... Oh, goodness. I hope the realtor knows about this pest problem. This... Oh,
Perfect. Yeah. So Gertie, you step forward. Do you just shut the door? I mean, we can say that, Billy's entered.
yeah, as soon as Billy's cleared the door, she's just shutting it behind him.
Perfect. Yeah, you shut the door. There's still rats clung to his leg. He's sort of dancing around, trying to get them off. Like I picture Billy sort of trying to kick them off and fling them everywhere.
Absolutely.
And it happens without sort of damaging either of you. You see Billy kick a rat and it gets flung into a bookcase and it falls on its back and it skitters over to its front and runs right back onto his leg. These things aren't taking any sort of real hits. You just see him sort of moving around as they're continuing to climb up. Herb, you're top of the initiative. You see Billy dancing around with these rats, and you see they don't have any sort of sign of stopping.
Door's closed. Yeah.
Yes. Yep.
I'm gonna help him try and get the rats off him.
Yeah,
throw
smack
him,
some
throw him over
rats
the
off
railing,
him.
get him downstairs.
Push him off the balcony.
Yeah. Wait, push what?
I'm just kidding. Yeah, give me a dexterity roll. You want to hit these things, right? Put your
Yes.
gun. Just start shooting wildly.
I don't have
Billy,
a gun.
stop moving.
I do have a gun skill, but I don't have a gun. Photographer, I promise. Ooh, 74. That's still below my dex.
Yeah, and you miss. Did you hit? I missed that.
74.
Oh, it says 74, which my dex is 80, so I'm below.
So you
Would be a
hit.
success. Yeah.
Yeah, you do. You sort of whap this rat off, and it sort of goes flying against the wall. And as you sort of touch it, you get the impression, really up close, you suddenly realize that these aren't normal rats. These aren't everyday sort of soft, cuddly, furry, pleasant rats. These are abominations. These are creatures. You go to swipe one, and for the first time, you notice that its face is covered in pustules. These sort of bumps all along its snout seem to ooze this white, milky residue. Its eyes, again, that sort of large, dead, black look, don't just look like rat's eyes, but they look like alien in the way they are viewed. The tails themselves, at first you think they're sort of thin, normal rat tails, but they look almost like they have small dots along the bottom, like a tentacle. And as you whap one off, again, it hits itself in the bookcase, turns around, and for the first time sort of sneers, and you see its teeth. Again, they're not sharp like fangs, but sort of soft like tentacles in themselves. And it sort of shakes its head and continues running towards Billy again. But yeah, you do whap one off.
I hate it.
On that note,
As
oh my
it
goodness.
sails across the room. Get out of here, you stupid calamari rat.
Yeah. So you obviously did hit it. Why don't you give me a little bit of a damage roll? Does it say what you? I would guess it's probably like a 1d4 or 1d6.
I'm gonna be terribly honest. Oh, there it is. Look at that. Does that say 1d3? What?
Yeah. Let's just say it's 1d4 because it was a good hit.
Heather wants us to burn the house down.
Do it.
Thinking of that turpentine that I have of Gertie's stuff in my bag.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's a. It says So 1d4 plus db. What is db?
Oh, that's
damage bonus.
There you go.
Oh, so it's a d4 plus a d3. That's weird.
There you go. So let's just call the D3 a standard 2, and you can roll 1d4 plus 2.
Okay. Well, I rolled a 1 on the d4, so not great.
Still, that's 3 damage.
Yep.
Yeah, you whap it, and as it hits that bookcase, it leaves a little black inky smudge on the bookcases and falls down for a moment before getting back up. But you do hear the rats as they're climbing over Billy, and you do feel them, Billy, as they sink their tendril-like fangs into you. And similar to like a needle, the ends of them seem so thin that they just tend to slip into your skin. Rather than bite, you feel the fangs drive into your skin without any sort of resistance. There's no blood being drawn as the tentacle-like fangs just move beneath the skin in your legs. And, there's no real way you can combat it. So I'm going to take you to Damage Town.
Yeah. Give me that sweet, sweet pain.
So that's going to be a 3 damage. And I want you to do a sanity roll because you're watching these weird alien creatures shove thin teeth into you.
Yeah, that's disgusting. Okay, so sanity roll. I get a 75.
Okay. Yeah, you
which is I'm good. I'm good on sanity.
Really? Oh, perfect. So
yeah, Billy is super sane.
Well, just wait because it's going to be another 1d4.
Oh, I'm so excited.
1d4 sanity loss, so you still take some.
Okay.
And you get the impression as you're watching these things that though they're biting you, it seems like the pulsing of their tentacle-like teeth seem to be injecting you with something.
Oh,
they're sort of like, like you feel little pumps as the muscles in their tendril teeth just sort of run something beneath your skin to hatch. I mean, to hurt. Next is Lily.
Fuck. Can I roll an idea?
Absolutely.
Okay. Not bad.
Fucking kill him.
Yeah. Now's a good time for homicide.
No, you get the impression that this pack of whatever they are seems to be
they're
timid.
More than just rats. I'm sure.
but you get the impression. How well did you succeed?
What is it? Intelligence idea. That's a hard success.
Yeah, you get the impression that if you kill 1 or 2 of them, you could probably chase the rest away. They just right now they have no gauge for your violence. They're like, shit, we could take these 4 weaklings. Let's
so
just
they
eat
seem
them.
intelligent.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Okay, so I want to intimidate these fools. I first was scared, and now I am the scarer.
Sure.
I'm just gonna try to fucking stomp the shit out of them with my heels. I don't have a weapon, but I think
everything's a weapon.
They're regular rat size, right?
You got books all around you.
I think a stiletto is more dangerous than a book.
Yeah, I guess.
Probably, right?
Sure.
Isn't stiletto like?
It's a more
doesn't
finite
it come from
weapon.
the word knife?
It's definitely a more deadly if you can hit with it, but toppling over a bookcase might kill more.
I might kill Billy.
Well, that's a risk I'm willing to take.
Hey, trade 3 lives for a Billy life. That's a good trade. Like 1 for 3. It's a good trade.
Shush.
There's one rat that has been detached from Billy.
Yes, there's the one that Herb hit.
I'm gonna try to murder that one.
Perfect. You just gonna take off your shoe and chuck it at it?
No, I need shoes.
You're gonna walk over and
it's been demonstrated that shoes are beneficial in this situation.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I run over and try to stomp on it.
Okay, shoe it.
I do very bad job.
Yeah, you do very bad job. And you try to, and you break your stiletto.
No!
I mean, you're trying to attack with a stiletto.
My fashion shoe.
That's what she says in the darkness. My fashion shoe. Billy's got one on his face. He's spinning around screaming, and Lily's like, "Ah." Billy though, it's Billy time.
It's Billy time. So I have a question. What's my health? How do I figure that out? Because I don't have that written.
It should be on your character sheets.
Points to the left of your sanity and above your luck. It says hit points.
Yes.
Yes.
And it says major wound, and I see an 11. Does that mean I have 11 until I die, or?
Yeah, I would say 11.
Okay.
So just chip off that, and when you're at 0, you're dead. You're dead
Perfect.
time.
Cool. Just wanted to clarify that because I've taken some. Oh, Billy. Okay, Billy time. Billy is going to. Fuck, man! I'm just getting bit by rats.
We're all gonna die because of
we're all
those
gonna
4
die.
rats.
I'm
Well, you
gonna
tried to
pick up
kick one.
the heaviest book I can and smash it.
Sure. Are you gonna there's one? So are you gonna try to get a rat that's not on you, or one that's like currently on you? I kind of envision there's 3 on you right now. One like on your neck, which hasn't bit yet, and one on your stomach that's just gnawing in, and the one on your leg, which has its tendrils in you, that's like pumping you full of
Okay,
something.
so given that wonderful knowledge, I'm just going to reach up and grab it off my neck and then
Yes.
squeeze it as hard as I can.
Ew. Do it. Okay. Yeah. So you grab this rat,
Yeah.
and like as you like pull away, like you guys can all see it's like there's something sticky to it. It almost brings away like it's glue. It's just like long, thin pieces of saliva, like, just stretches off as he grabs it, and you're just gonna squeeze as
Like
hard
a
as you can.
Cream-filled
Yeah.
donut.
Yeah,
I'm
gonna give you an advantage to dexterity, so you can roll with 2 of the first digits, because it's not really moving. It's not gonna be that hard, but it still could squirm out of your hands before you get to squeeze.
So 2 of the first digits.
By the way, this is 18 plus.
Good call. Good call.
Glad we got that out of the way.
Yeah.
So how do I? Okay, so let's roll that. So that's fucking great. I don't think I need the advantage on that.
What'd
I
you
got a
get?
6.
Oh yes. So roll damage, which would be
success.
your unarmed plus your damage bonus, which I think
So
is
1d3 plus 1d4.
perfect.
So
We'll call your damage bonus a 3 because you rolled an extreme. In
Okay.
fact, that's how we'll do damage bonus for here. If you pass, it'll be 1. If you get a hard success, it'll be 2. And if you get an extreme, you get 3. In fact, that's probably how it does work now that I think about it. So just roll a 1d4 and add 3 to it.
Okay. 5 damage.
Yeah, you pull this rat off your neck in that same sort of gluey fashion, and you squeeze it in the palm of your hand. And as your fingertips sink into it, it's almost like a donut with the way it sort of just begins to ooze out to your hand. And this rat immediately this thing starts to squeal, and it sort of shimmies from your hand and falls to the floor, clinging to life but not quite dead. Gertie.
Gertie is going to say, "Oh, as I live and breathe," and she's going to reach up and pull her hairpin out, and her long gray locks tumble down into just a ponytail as her
Careless
bun comes
whisper.
free.
Yeah, in slow motion.
And she wields that big ol' hairpin like a stabby dagger, and she goes to stab at the rat that is latched onto Billy's leg.
Yes. Yeah. It like you pull back on it, and like a bolt of lightning and thunder crashes as you see Gertie, like her hair falling down. And yeah, give me a dexterity roll to hit. Hopefully just the rat.
Come on, Gertie. Oh, you know what? I'm going to spend some luck to make that not success a success. I can spend up to 10 at a time, right?
Yes, you can.
I'm going to spend 9 luck.
Good job.
Because I don't want to stab Billy.
And you most
I want
definitely
to stab
would've.
a rat.
Good. Yeah, you do. So I'm assuming that means you succeeded.
Yes, I
Perfect.
succeed.
So your damage bonus will be 1 because you just succeed. So why don't you roll a 1d4 for the damage?
That is a 3 plus
Nice.
1, so that's 4 damage.
Okay,
Yeah.
so Yeah, you stab the rat into Billy's, like on Billy's leg, and the needle drives right through its head as you hear this. It's not squealing, it's like deflating a balloon, but you hear layers to it, like 3 voices within this little creature almost. And I'm going to give you an option. As you see this, you see that it's not dead, but the needle is there. And you know that if you drive it further, you will be puncturing into Billy's leg, but you know that you can kill this thing. Otherwise, you have to drop the needle and step back.
I am going to kill the thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Bloodshed.
Gertie, describe it. Describe what happens as you kill this thing, but also stab Billy in the process.
I think Gertie's looking at the weird pumping concern action happening on the leg and is like, all right, Billy, sometimes you've got to feel pain to move forward. And she just takes her other hand and rams it onto the hand with the pin. Yes. And
you drive it into Billy's calf as he screams in pain. Again, another crash of thunder as the needle drives in. And Gertie, you see the creature's head just break and expand and sort of begin to split. But as you drive your needle in, you also see the tendrils fall out and this sort of white, milky ichor sort of from the 2 holes that were pumping into his leg sort of fall loose. And from the hole that you've just created, you see more ichor from Billy's leg sort of leak out. It starts sort of dripping down his leg as if you've just popped
Ew.
something.
Don't worry, Billy. We'll drain whatever this is from you. Let's kill some rats, everyone.
Yeah, and it dies.
That's
and
your line.
You sort of get this feeling that the rats, begin to sort of panic as Herb, you take another look at this mass. Billy, what are you doing? I guess you're going to take some damage too. We'll call it 1d4.
Okay.
How much health are you at, bud?
Right now I'm at 6.
Good. Now you're at 3 hit points.
Oh my god.
Because you just took 3 damage. Right. Herb. Oh, sorry, Billy. What do you do? Yeah, what are you doing, bud? I want to hear how Billy reacts.
Oh god, Billy! So Billy screamed as the thunder crashed behind him, and now there's only 1 rat left on him. Right?
Yeah.
So Billy is going to try and grab the hairpin out of Gertie's hand, and then go to stab the other rat.
Well, it is Herb's turn. I want to know if Billy had any quick
screaming a lot.
That's what I figured. Ew. Okay.
It's not great.
To all the people posting pictures of donuts in the chat, thanks. So Herb, you see Billy writhing in pain, and Billy, you do sort of go for that needle, which you'll have an action in a second. But Herb, what do you do?
Are there any rats close?
Oh yeah, they're everywhere. They're all around you.
They're all around me. I'm just gonna grab a big heavy book off the shelf and just throw it at the ground and try and I'm going for surface area, not necessarily accuracy.
Yeah, give me a roll.
Would that be dexterity or strength? Or what would you have?
Yeah, dexterity.
Okay. Throw. What do we got? 88? It's a lot of luck to burn.
It's up to you.
Feeling lucky?
Punk.
You know what? That'll put me at 11 luck. But yeah, why not? This is getting gross, and I don't want it to get more gross.
Yeah. Okay. So. Yeah. You grab a big volume. You grab the Tale of Despero, and you lift it above your head, and you drop it down on this rat. And as it lands with a thud, you just hear this crunch and this sort of white ichor just spray out from around the edges of this book. It just happened to be the one that you had originally thrown against the bookcase, and it's dead. It had 1 hit point left. And the rats are sort of ready to retreat, but not before Lily and Billy get to go. So Lily, you see this. What do you do?
Well, I was trying to stomp a rat, and then it got bludgeoned to death with this book at my feet. I'm startled, and then I look over and I see what's happening over there with Billy, and I can feel my lunch come up in my throat as I see this rat gnawing on his belly. I'm not about to lose another fashion shoe, so I hobble over and I try to just grab this fucking rat and pull it off of Billy and just hurl it off the balcony.
Yeah.
That's
nice.
my whole plan.
We'll call it a dexterity roll, straight up and down.
All right. Did it go?
I don't know. I'm just relying on you
There it
guys to
is.
tell me. 'cause I can't
46. That is a success.
see. Nice.
I do it. I grab the rat and I throw it into the darkness.
Perfect. Billy, give me a dexterity roll.
Billy, dexterity roll. That is me.
That's you.
That's me. 59. That is one under.
Spend a luck point.
I
Oh, one
spend a
under.
lot- Yeah, one under.
perfect.
I'm good. I'm good.
So here's what happens. Lily, you grab the rat from Billy's leg and you chuck it. Billy, following through on your first turn, you grab the needle and seeing the rat flying through the air,
Yes!
you just chuck the needle.
Oh yeah.
And as a crash of thunder and lightning just illuminates, you see the needle just thunk right through the rat and like pin it to the center post above the stairs as the like lightning subsides for just a moment, and all the rats sort of immediately begin to skitter and just sort of run away through the doors and the alleyways and the crooked little holes of the hallway. All the while Gertie's stomping and you guys all sort of stomping as they all move, and you're once again alone with this pierced rat in the center of the fucking banister. Good roll, Billy. That's Billy time.
Billy time, motherfucker.
Yeah, and you guys are standing there. Billy is looking pretty half to death.
The time for me to try my very negligible first aid skill.
Do it.
All right. Gertie is going to try to squish some of that ichor out of Billy's leg and bandage it.
Oh.
This is her plan.
Good thinking.
She's got a scarf. She's going to wrap it. Something.
That's all you really need.
Oh!
That's not bad. That's not bad at all.
That's actually definitely a success.
Nice.
It's a 19. I did it. I done first aided.
Perfect. Yeah. So tell me what you want to do, and I'll let you know how much of it succeeds. With
All
a
right.
19, probably all of it, but
Gertie would like to carefully squish poor Billy's leg until white ichor stops coming out
yeah.
and it's just red blood. And then she's going to take her kerchief and wrap it really thoroughly and tightly around his leg and tie a knot to stop the bleeding.
So this is, a really gross scene. We
Yeah,
see you running your thumbs up along the legs and the veins and sort of squeezing it out.
Good.
Give me, I'm going to say Billy, give me a luck roll.
Okay, I can definitely do that.
Because I don't think this is a matter of just Gertie's talents, but also just how damn lucky you are.
Yeah, Billy passes on a 70.
Is it a hard or a extreme success?
Are you? Oh my lord.
I think it's just a regular
Just
success.
a regular. Okay.
Yeah, I'm at 73 right now, and I rolled a 70, so I'm only 3 under.
Yeah, Gertie, you feel pretty confident that you probably got all of it.
I did it. All that gross,
Maybe.
oozy stuff is clear.
Probably.
You're probably going to be okay, but I would get to a hospital as soon as this portal thing is dealt with.
Yeah, that was... Oh, God, my legs. I'm never taking my shoes off again.
Oh, no. His beautiful feet. Are they ravaged?
No, your feet are gorgeous. It was just above, like, the shin, like just where your feet start getting ugly.
His legs are a bloody mess, but somehow his feet are still perfectly
Pristine.
pristine and like sparkling. Oh.
All right, we're here for a fucking book, right? We're here for a fucking book, And wait, are the rats all?
Yeah, they're gone.
They split. Okay, cool.
They ratted out.
Fucking.
Sorry.
We're looking for a book, right? Something with a 2 and a 5 or something.
Yeah, the Roman numeral was 5, I believe.
There-
Would you hold that lantern up? It's really awfully dark in here.
There are Roman numerals all around the rooms, right?
Like each bookcase.
Yeah, each bookcase has a Roman numeral. That's right.
So we
We
find
would
the
like
one that
to
has
look for
5.
Yeah, so there are 2 floors. Are you going on the first floor or the second floor?
We're on the top floor already, right?
Yeah.
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 Seems like a good place to start then.
And as you sort of scan the bookcase, you get the impression that you're in the right place as you sort of recognize this jet black book. I mean, there are a lot of books that are unmarked, a lot of just leather-bound tomes, some of them pretty dark. And this wasn't the only black one, but one just especially seems to stand out. And as you reach out and pull it down, Lily, a chill sort of courses up your spine. The pages, I should say the binding, it feels almost like human skin. And you have another handout.
Love it.
Oh, no.
This handout is called Spooky Skin Book.
No, it's too powerful. Stupid Discord.
I mean,
It is
sounds
forbidden
powerful.
knowledge. No wonder it's too powerful.
Oh, James, I'm going to give you advantage.
That's good.
That's a good joke. I like it. Let me see if I have the
You
original.
can just email it to me and I'll read it.
Nah, that's all right. I think I have the originals. Are you kidding? I'm always prepared. No, that's too powerful as well. So yeah, you talk amongst yourselves for about 5 seconds.
Weren't those rats horrific?
Yeah.
Indeed.
They
Yeah.
were fucking horrible. How come they didn't want to eat you guys? Oh, all right. Yeah, my legs are pretty great. I mean, I get it. I get why they wanted them. But
They're
still,
They
that wasn't
are a
fair.
bit like a withered old chicken bone, you know?
Gertie, do you
Not
have
what they
any
used to
way
be.
for me to repair this shoe?
Oh, goodness. Do I have anything in my painting kit, Billy? Maybe some gum arabica, something sticky?
And as you ask, Lily opens the first page of the book.
And I read.
Well, luckily, it's not a laborious read because you don't really understand anything it says.
I think I start to try and I'm like, I don't know. Is this Spanish?
But you do get the impression that, well, I guess not the impression. Handwritten in the top of the book, on the page that seems to be earmarked, it does say "closing the gate," written in a English hand. There we go. Finally, and this on the second page, it just seems to be a long run-on language that you don't recognize. But should be big enough for you guys to read because you will need to. In a moment's time, I suggest you download that second page. In the meantime, you hold the book in your hand and share a knowing look between each of you, understanding that the last step of your journey should bring you to
The downstairs.
the roof. Oh, yeah, I guess if you want to.
We go downstairs.
Yeah, you do like a
Hell
little
yeah.
soul train.
Yeah.
Possibly we'll grab some wine on the way to fortify ourselves.
God, if only.
You mean
And we
port?
and we all hold hands as we work through the hallways.
Yeah.
We
Do 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 do.
I'm taking a drink from a flask in rhythm.
Yeah, you do. And the rats are just out eating your faces.
They're all dancing. The rats are.
After Herb finishes drinking from his flask, he hands it
To a rat.
I just had a really cursed thought. They're all doing the wave with their little tentacle tails.
Ew.
he hands his flask over to
Unsubscribe.
Billy, who pours it on his open wounds and grimaces.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Interesting. Roll luck again.
Okay.
Oh no.
Push my luck. No. Didn't pass it that time.
No?
No.
Okay. Yeah, no. You don't do anything.
Cool.
So, you stand before the stairs leading down to the basement. Your light seems to be unable to reach past the few steps. The basement is almost bathed in an abyssal black as you each share a knowing look and begin the descent downward. The wooden staircase that leads to the cellar creaks with every step. Outside, the growl of thunder shakes the house and sends a chill up your spine. As you reach the earthen floor of the cellar, you see the exposed stone of the walls and the wooden support beams holding the floor above. By the stairs, you see a number of off-looking machines that sort of resemble, to the layman, almost gold panning machines. But without a roll, Gertie, you immediately recognize this as a pigment-making machine. Between the crates and wine casks, you see the image of a sun carved deep into the rock wall. And I suppose finally, because you guys are specifically looking around here, past a number of unused wine barrels, you see a hole dug into the ground about 3 feet deep and 2 feet wide. It's sort of haphazardly done and looks to be done with human hands.
Poor
Okay.
Oliver. Like, this is not how painting is supposed to go, I'll have you know.
Can we shine some light near that hole?
Yeah, Herb, you have a candle. You can definitely light it. Do you want to give a spot hidden, or
That's what I'm thinking, yeah.
go for it?
Don't want to get attacked by another rat plague.
Mm-mm.
Huh. Ooh, 95. That's not good. My spot hidden is 40.
Yeah, you sort of take a quick look. You don't see anything. Actually, that's not true. You do. You sort of bend down and you see something odd. It looks like sort of a shiny stone. And as you pick it up, you recognize it as a human fingernail that's been torn off of a hand. Give me a sanity roll.
Someone says that the
I
chat says
know.
we're frozen.
I'm watching it. It's dipping up and down. Fucking
Got you. Sanity roll. Not gonna be great. I got like a 50-50 chance of getting this.
You
Did
got
I roll
this.
a 59? That's not great. That's a
Yeah,
failure.
you take 1d3 sanity. Not a big sanity loss.
1d3?
Yeah, it's not bad. Not bad.
Wait, how do I roll that?
You don't 1d6
Roll a
and half it.
d6.
I'm big dumb.
No, that's okay. You're not big dumb. You're a little smart.
I
Wait.
get a little smart. I like that.
I meant that.
That's a 2. I'm down to 46.
Woof.
So
Yum.
the diary upstairs said that the secret entrance within the wall would be revealed if the 3 stone faced the sun. Do these pigment making machines look like stones?
Would think the pigment machines don't have anything to do with it, dear. Oliver did those, and it was Lord Everett that did the secret room way before his time. That sun carving is definitely the sun, though. And I'd like to do a spot hidden just to look at the walls of the room.
Absolutely.
Just if there's any stones that look like they might need to face something.
Yeah, I'll give you advantage on that. So you can roll with advantage on that. Because you're looking
Alright.
for something very specific.
There is my D10. I believe.
Keep
in you.
texting people, Liz.
Got a
That's
fan-
not what I meant to roll at all. Okay.
I just purchased land. What? That's Gertie. That's Gertie in the 21st century.
Gertie, where's
Alright.
that rock and where'd you
That
get
is
it?
going to be a 47, which is a success.
Nice. Yeah, you recognize sort of obtuse-looking stones that jut out of the wall only slightly, and they're all sort of on every other wall but the sun wall. And they tend to, as you walk up to one, you see that it sort of turns and rotates, but one side of it is a little more pointed, almost like it's marking a direction.
I have figured out this particular puzzle. If you would go to one of those rocks over there, and Gertie just kind of tilts the rock she's at to point towards the sun carving and instructs people to help do the same at the other two.
Of course. And after a moment, everyone sort of approaches their rock and turns it, and with a click, you hear a and I can't do that Zelda theme, but that's the theme. You know the
You
theme.
fucking tried though.
We all heard it in our heads. And that's
In my heart, I heard it. Yeah, with a click, small sprinkles of dust fall from the gray stone wall of the cellar as a passageway within the stone opens before you. Why don't y'all give me a listen roll?
Failed.
Oof.
So failed.
Oof.
15. That's a hefty success. Where is it?
Hefty.
I love that Herb is always the
listening
one that
voice.
hears the stuff.
For real.
Yeah.
Yeah, Herb, you are the only one who hears something moving beyond this passageway. It sounds heavy and wet, as if dragging across the floor just on the other side of the door. And then it's gone.
I don't want to alarm any of you. Last time it was skittering, it was rats. This time it was wet and heavy, and now I can't hear it anymore. So whatever you're doing, maybe we can speed it up.
It's like coming from the passageway that we just opened.
Correct.
Oh,
And it sounded like it
never
was
mind.
receding back down into the passageway.
Is there anything in this room that I could like arm myself with?
Of course.
I want to look around and get like a hefty plank.
Yeah, done. You have a hefty plank.
I have it.
Yeah, of course.
Oh,
It's like a
I wanna
house.
do-
You can grab anything you want.
We want to do the same. Is there any like shovels? He was digging a hole.
Well, he did it with his hands, so there wouldn't be a shovel. But let's
You
say,
did find
Alright.
that weird fingernail.
yeah,
Yeah, I
fight
know.
with a fingernail.
That?
You can go back and grab the sewing needle from Gertie that was in the rat.
I'm not going back upstairs.
Yeah, no, let's just say you can grab, there's like a pipe on the wall, like a sort of a thin copper pipe. Good to like whap. It hurt a lot.
Well, whatever we got to deal with, it's down that hallway, and I think we just scared it back a little. Keep your wits up.
All right. Who's taking the lead?
I think I would. I've been probably hurt the least and probably the most capable for violence sake.
I also think you're probably the most shaken up, though.
That's true.
I'm not hurt and I'm pretty sane. And I think I also maybe have the black tome, so I'll go first.
Okay.
Holding the black book made of human skin in one hand and this plank that I found in the other, I walk tentatively into the dark corridor, followed by my friends.
All right. Yeah, the stone doorway, it opens wide. The heavy, thick stone is almost Egyptian in its craftwork, tomb-like and unforgiving. The doorway that housed the stone slab in place is stained a deep red at the bottom. And as you sort of step in, you see that the blood is fresh, as if something had been caught in the trail that leads to the dark of the tunnel before you. The stone passageway crawls down into the heart of the hill Everett Manor sits upon. The stonework growing more elaborate with each step. The light of your party flickers against the wet cavern walls, casting terrible images across your eyes as if a dream. Herb, give me a sanity roll.
Uh-oh.
You are the lowest, correct?
I'm at 46.
Is anybody lower than 46?
You consult
Oh,
my
actually,
sanity.
I'm at 42.
Whoa.
But you've
I'm at
lost
a
the most.
65, so
Yeah.
I'm
I started at 60, so
Yeah, I think you've
I've lost a
the most.
pretty hefty chunk.
So give me a sanity roll. I don't think you've lost as much, have you?
No, I've only lost 2.
Yeah.
Ooh, 38. That's a pass.
Yeah. So, Herb, you feel like you see something move for a second, but then shake it off, knowing that it's sort of just something playing tricks on your mind. It seems to recede against the light as you continue moving down. The stairs break from the tunnel, and to your right you see a steep drop. It seems to go down as far as the light will reach. The large cavernous wall far across the gap from you is unreachable. Hugging the way tightly, you each continue as you reach the bottom of the stairs and see a splintered door. The wood lay scattered about your feet in small fragments, a sea of splinters. And beyond the door, you see pulses of dim, purple light.
This is it, I think. Anyone have anything they need to say?
Good luck with your first occult ritual, everyone. The Arkham Trust can do it. I believe in us.
We all hold hands again in a circle.
Yeah, we got this.
Okay.
You alls is the best friends I've had in a very long time.
I offer him a swig.
I take it.
I kiss Gertie on the cheek.
She tries more, but denied.
Then we walk towards the light.
Entering the room, you see a swirling gateway amongst the stone pillars. Suddenly, thick, spiny tentacles reach out from beyond the blackness and attempt to attack you. Everybody do a dexterity roll.
What? Oh, fuck yeah.
Rip and tear.
Does it matter if I hit an extreme success versus blah, 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 or is just this, like, numbered order?
In this part, it's just finishing it.
Great.
93.
Has succeeded with a 39.
Nice.
14.
I failed.
I succeeded as well.
So everyone succeeded but Herb.
Yep.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So the four of you enter, and from this portal, you see tentacles lash out at each of you, and one wraps around Herb, binding him. And as he does, and you all watch, you see from beyond the glowing portal, Zachary Everett floats out, his skin peeling and black, his
The big
eyes
bad.
red. Tentacles are controlling his movement, and he has the same grin that you saw on the painting, the same grin that you saw on Nora, and he will force it upon your face. For the ritual, each investigator must complete the following. You must each read from page 2 of the Black Tome, uninterrupted, for 1 round per investigator. If you complete, the gateway is closed. If you should die before, then, so long as those who died have completed their portion of the ritual, it could complete. But each of you must read from it. Who wants to go first? Would you like to do initiative order? Fortunately, Mike would be first, but he is bound, so he cannot read. So I would suggest going to Lily while everyone else holds off the tentacles.
Sure, yeah. And
Are you ready?
Oh, yeah, I'm ready. You need me to read?
You crack open the book, and you begin to read now.
Pugna
Everyone else do a dexterity roll.
Quickly,
tell me if you succeed.
I succeed.
You succeed.
Yes.
Perfect. Roll damage.
It's a hard success.
Amazing. Gertie.
I fail hard.
Oh, the tentacle wraps around you as well. How much damage do you do, James?
I do 3 damage.
You slap the tentacle away as it retreats. You have a moment to move. Do you help Gertie out of hers, or do you help Herb out of his as he writhes against the tentacles?
I gotta help Gertie.
You run over. Give me a strength roll.
ad sublimis gallias.
I succeeded, by the way.
Extreme success.
Oh, good. Extreme success. You help Gertie out as the tentacle reels back and pulls back into the tentacle little portal thing. Herb, you succeed at your dexterity roll, so you don't get hurt by the tentacle wrapped around you. But you do need to sort of get out. Give me a strength roll yourself.
Throw. 20, that's pass.
You pass, you get out, and it falls as Lily finishes her passage and tosses the book to whom?
To Billy.
Billy, you grab the book and take a step back. Everyone else roll dexterity. Billy, start reading.
Unavius estubus had post longium tempus cum.
Let me know if you pass dexterity.
Gertie passes.
You pass. You step to the side as this tentacle lashes forward. Roll damage to hit it. Lily.
I fail.
You fail. The tentacle wraps around you and begins to squeeze. Herb.
Rolling. Sorry, just rolling.
I did 4 damage, by the way.
Multum Jervius Fio Quadro.
You passed? You step aside. Roll damage. Herb.
What is damage?
Damage bonus would be whatever you succeed, plus 1d4.
Hard to hear you, sorry.
It has to be hard. There's chaos everywhere. Things are screaming. Billy is screaming at the top of his lung. The tentacles are swinging around you.
Damage. Was it D4?
Yes.
Yeah.
Got it. 1.
1. You slap the thing as it reels back into the portal. Zachary Everett laughs. Billy, you complete your passage. Who do you toss the book to?
I toss it to Herb.
You toss it to Herb. Herb, you grab it. Everyone else roll dexterity. Herb, start reading.
I'm already like bound.
Yes, so you need to do a strength to try to break out.
Okay.
I get a hard dex success.
Nice! You can roll double damage, Gertie. Billy.
Regular success.
Nice. Roll damage to whap that thing in the head. Lily.
Extreme success on my strength roll.
Nice! You break out of the tentacle, hurting it for 1d4. Tell me how much damage each of you do.
I did 5 damage.
2 damage.
Do I get to add my damage bonus?
Yes.
7 damage.
You wallop it this round. It reels back, and Zachary Everett actually screams in pain. As Herb, you finish your passage and you toss it to Gertie. Gertie, give me a dexterity roll to catch the book.
Oh, snap.
Do it, Gertie. Do it, Gertie. Do it, Gertie.
I got a 15. That is a hard success.
So not only does Gertie catch it, she does a badass fucking move.
She flips.
She does a flip. Do a flip. You grab it, spin around, and read Gertie for the final round. Everyone else roll dexterity. Roll. Fail. Who failed? Billy?
Billy failed.
Oh, that's bad.
I also fail.
Lily and Billy
succeeded.
are surrounded by tentacles. You succeeded, Herb. You can either attack or try to help one of the two out of their tentacles.
Help.
Who do you
Absolutely.
help? Decide quickly.
Lillian.
You run over to Lillian and you help her out. You can do a strength roll with advantage. Quick.
So roll 2.
Yes.
That is a success.
As you see the tentacle furl off her, Billy gets lifted into the air with the final round. Gertie, you finish the line and shut the book just as you see the words feeling foreign and bizarre in your tongue. You see a crack appear in the purple gateway before you. However, Billy is still bound in the tentacle. You have a chance, each of you. Roll dexterity to try to help him as the tentacle lifts him up.
33. That's a
I
hard
failed
success.
too hard to spend luck.
Hard success.
2 hard successes. Yes. You two run up and help Billy out. Yes. As Billy sort of falls to the ground. Billy, you do take 2 damage as you fall.
Oh no.
On the brink of death. However, you see the edges of the portal begin to break. They splinter and crack as you see the body of Zachary Everett shriek an inhuman howl. The tendrils of the creature beyond the portal flail as the closing portal begins to sever the tentacles of the beast, spilling crimson blood on the stone floor of the chamber. You watch as the portal grows smaller and smaller, slicing through the creature as it does, a sea of guttural screaming filling the chamber. As the last bits of bluish light fade from the cavern, Zachary Everett is pulled into the portal. He cries, more human than ever before, as if he feels the cutting himself. As his body is pulled into the gateway, the creature retreats only minimally before the final crackle sounds, and the portal closes, severing Zachary's head from his body and dropping it to the floor, just as the cavern is bathed in darkness. You light the cavern with your lamps to see the severed head of Zachary, a twisted expression of horror on his face. Billy, you are clinging to life as you look around at your friends. What do you say?
We got him, right? That's it? We can go home?
Don't worry, Billy. We'll take you home. No one will ever penetrate a portal without our permission again.
You know, this might not be the right time to ask it, but, does anybody else know how to drive?
And we all laugh.
Returning to Arkham came easy, but not all at once. The rain wore through the road up, and so you decided to wait until daybreak, but outside the house. Knowing that the rain would eventually cease and the warm air would dry the wet road, you returned to your contact to explain what you had experienced, and despite his doubts, he pays you handsomely, and you once again return to your semi-normal lives, each a little more broken than you had been before. Although, Billy, you do feel like your leg has become awfully itchy and swollen these last few days. And we're going to end there. Devil's Grin. Great job, investigators.
That was beautiful.
You did a wonderful portal closing. You nailed it. Good job, guys. Big round of applause.
Yeah, thank you.
Hey, my pleasure as always. Ladies and gentlemen, this was the Devil's Grin. It was a Call of Cthulhu module. It will be on our Patreon, I don't know, tomorrow. If you want to play it, I'll upload it. It's yours now because you guys support us and we love you. All the handouts, all of the write-up, it is whoever supports us on Patreon. So consider that if you like this game. But most importantly, thank you to these lovely players, these amazing characters, who I think we'll have to have back. I'm thinking we're going to have to do another Call of Cthulhu game.
Arkham Trust.
Arkham Trust is back. Billy's got a wooden leg because of all the eggs that hatched in it. But lots of options here. Thank you so much for doing this, guys. And
thank you.
And this was a lot of fun. Yeah, well, I mean, I think we have to do it again. I think there's no end to the amount of games we can all play together when we have fun, care about each other, and most definitely have better internet. So that is it for us. Joe's going to work in about 5 minutes. Thank you again sincerely so much to these players from their amazing podcasts. Check them out. Tales of Asperran and The Dimension Door, as well as, obviously, my lovely gal, Joe. Aww. Thank you so much for always being with us.
And thank you to the community. Thank you
and
so
I was
much
gonna
for
say,
hanging
and most
out
importantly,
with us.
thank you to the community for hanging out and making everything we do so much fun. It is an absolute blast. Final round for you guys. Woo. As our good friend Billy always likes to say,
it's Billy time.
It's Billy time. Good